Hi, and welcome to another episode of Spillin' the Tea. And with me today, instead of my usual co-host, Greg Barton, is Cece. Would you like to introduce
Hello.
yourself?
Hi. Yes, I'm Cecilia Pereira, or I go by Cece. But I'm the new instructional designer, started here back in March. So I was excited to join the team with Adam, and thank you for having me on today.
Finally, this took a lot of coordinating to make it happen. So, our tea today that we have is a rooibos tea. That's herbal, doesn't have any caffeine, and it's just called gingerbread from David's Tea. This is what the packaging looks like.
I have my Westmoreland mug today. I normally have owls. Owls are my favorite animal, and I have a million different owl mugs, but I do not have one here because I had to take it home to clean it.
Gotcha.
But I have this one.
I have my chemistry beaker
You,
mug.
I like that. I saw that.
So it does have milliliter markings on it, but they're facing the person drinking if they're right-handed.
It's clever though. It's clever.
So, what do you think?
I like it a lot. This is exactly the kind of teas I like. I like spicy and chai is my favorite. Uh there's a honey turmeric chai that I like the most, and this is just kind of right up
Yeah.
with the same exact kind of notes.
Yeah, I put some turbinado sugar in mine. Did you put any
I
in?
did put it in there too. It's
I
very
think
good.
that brings out the gingerbread kind of flavor.
It does. It's very good.
But it's definitely sweet on its own if you don't add the
Mhm.
sugar, just because rooibos has kind of a sweet mapley flavor. I think the mapley goes really well with the gingerbread idea.
Yes.
So this
It
is our
reminds
this is
I
this is
made
my Christmas pick.
I made pumpkin cookies. I guess not gingerbread, but pumpkin cookies, and it had a maple icing to it. It was very,
Oh, yeah.
it just went really well together. They're all the comfort spices.
Yes, absolutely. And this has a good strong gingerbread flavor. It's not
Mhm.
like, I think when I had Adam on as a guest, he said he likes his tea to have enough flavor that's kind of punch you in the face with it.
Mhm.
This one is it's not subtle gingerbread. This is a flavored tea for sure.
Yes. It's very good though. Very good.
Um, yeah, so yeah, I definitely would recommend this one to anybody that's looking for a nice Christmassy seasonal. Um,
I am someone I like a little dash of milk in my tea sometimes, but this one I wouldn't put milk in it. Like this is very good on its own, just with the sugar.
yeah, I think you could if you wanted to. I think
Mhm.
you could do this up as a whole latte with whipped cream on top and the
Mhm.
whole 9 yards, but it doesn't need it. And it's fairly inexpensive too. I think that the whole container was only $8.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so some teas can be real expensive, but this one was not.
That's impressive actually.
I don't know if it's because it's herbal and herbal tends to be less expensive, maybe.
Mhm.
So what did you want to talk about today? You had something with related to D2L you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so I related a little to D12. So I wanted to talk about it's kind of been the word or the platform that I've been talking about during even faculty development, but Perusall and even we are switching our video platform to WeVideo, or yeah, from Yuja to WeVideo, and just kind of talking about how tools like that can engage your students,
Yeah.
and even not in the mindset of just pure online courses, but even in a flipped classroom, and how that can benefit.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by this.
So, the number one that I wanted to really focus more on is Perusall. And so, if anyone that doesn't know what it is, it's a social annotation platform, basically. Um, and I am going to screen share because we talked about that. So, let me go
Yeah.
ahead and bring up my screen. This is a course that I have that I am preparing for next semester. I am teaching, I'm adjuncting in the early childhood
Okay.
field. So this is a OER that I found for the course, and I was able to bring it up in here and be able to, let me open one up. This is what it would look like. So here's chapter 1, and all of these are going to be comments that I made. And it can be prompts, it can be questions that you can put in there for your students, and then they need to answer it over here on the thread. And
Oh,
what's
wow.
nice is that instead of your traditional discussion board, this is what students are used to nowadays. All social platforms are threads, basically. And
Yeah.
so it's a way that they're similar, and it's fun too because I'm always good for a good emoji. So there's emojis
Yes.
that you could add on, but you're able to link out, you're able to add links in there, add videos, and I think this is even, like for just different formats. And how I wanted to say with the flipped classroom, I was watching a few different webinars, and um, there was a professor who was saying that he would assign all of his readings prior to lecture. And on here, I am not able to bring it up because this is a course that hasn't been active with yet, is a thing called a confusion report. And so if you have a certain amount of activity on a assignment, it will highlight the key areas that students are asking questions on or commenting on. And so now you know where to focus your lecture
Oh, cool.
on the most, which I was like, well, that's a game changer.
Yeah, that is really neat. And
And
I
what's
like
nice,
it that as
yeah,
you're scrolling, new things show up as you scroll through the text, like on the side panel. So they're
yes.
not seeing the questions that you might put in there that are irrelevant to the spot where they're reading.
Correct. Yeah. So like you're going to scroll. So unless I'm here with this is all conversations. Um, and they can always hide this. And this is right now an instructor view, but the student view is very similar, um, with a little bit less because they're not going to have obviously the grade book and settings and all of this.
Right.
Um, but they're going to see blue highlights, which would be from the professor, and then yellow highlights are what they will make, or they'll be yellow highlights from other students. And then they're able to comment off of each other's post. They're able to upvote, and upvoting is essentially liking each other's post. Um,
Oh,
and it's really neat. Let me show you the grade book. So they use, actually not the grade book, sorry. They use basically AI to grade the post for you. But you can always change it. So it's an automatic scoring, and there's these um preset ones. So here's if you wanted it to be a little more even across. I always say have it more than 100, like all of these equal more to 100, because that way your students have more than one way to earn their A, essentially.
right.
So it's not just uh upvoting, because I would feel funny to say, okay, they're relying purely on if other students are commenting and upvoting their post. And I
Right.
don't think that's necessarily fair. Um, if you wanted to just be mainly comment heavy, or maybe you just want them to have it be focused on reading and watching, so the majority of the points are from how long they spend in the assignment and if they're how far they're reading through the assignment. Um,
Cool.
uh, and then also, it's not just reading. I also wanted to say that I actually added a podcast in there, or you can add videos, and it's the same thing, but you make comments throughout the video. So
Oh,
you could
this
even
is so cool.
record. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. You could even record your lecture prior,
Oh
or
my
for an online
gosh.
course, you can record and then make comments throughout it and have them interact with that. Or again, with like the confusion report, maybe there's a certain area in the video that students are interacting with more. And now you know, hey, I need to focus on this. or
Oh
we
my
need
gosh,
to.
this is so cool. I didn't know about this, and now I just want to go redesign my whole course to use this.
I'm glad. I really like it. I've been playing around with it more and more, and I was so excited.
Now,
Yeah,
can
it's like
you put your own documents in there? It doesn't
yes.
have to be something you found.
No, you can put your own documents. They have a whole library too, but there's a whole library too that they have pre-set books that are available, and you would have to get a code through our bookstore.
Okay, so if somebody has a book that's an open stacks book, that would work.
That would work.
If somebody has a book that's like a McGraw-Hill Connect type product,
Mhm.
does that work?
That would work. So they have a Perusall catalog. And
Okay.
so this is where you would search for a book that you want to use. And if they don't have it, it's very easy to request one. And it takes anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks for
Oh,
them
that's
to,
fast.
yeah, it is. It's a quick turnaround. Um,
But so if you had, say, like scientific journal articles that you have as PDFs, you can just upload them.
mhm,
If
yes.
you have, say,
So
PDFs or Word documents of like your own, I don't know, lecture materials, lecture notes, you could have the students do some kind of collaborative
yes.
something.
Yes, and you can make groups on here as well. But yeah, this is where you would add things. So if you have something from Google Drive, like, or upload from your device, you have those PDFs, that would all go in there.
Yes.
But yeah, then there's the video and the podcast, and they have some on here already. Basically, I searched so like early childhood, and then I could find whatever ones are available. And
Oh,
early, yeah.
this is so
Um,
cool.
so it's if you actually know the like for podcast or videos, if you actually know the exact video or the exact podcast, I'm sure it's a little easier to find what you want. But hey,
I like to use a lot of crash course videos that are on YouTube and like
yep.
just use pieces of them. And
Hmm.
I've been embedding clips of them, like where you can tell YouTube to start playing and stop playing at a certain timestamp, and then
Hmm.
I embed them that way. But there's no way for the students to say take a quiz on that video directly in there. But if I did that through Perusall, I could have them commenting or something, have an
They could
assignment.
be commenting, but I would say, um, if anything, we you could go on to this is what our new video platform is. It's Play Pause It. I have Colleen Mobilia's up because I was working on all of her videos. But let me bring one up that is one of mine. I think it was a supervision one. Um, I don't think I'm sharing sound, but we don't need to listen to it. But this is a video about supervision, and there's going to be a certain spot where I'm pausing. I added these questions in, and now they have to answer. So I've added a quiz to this video, and this video is from YouTube.
Oh, so they don't have to be your videos.
No,
I was under the impression that they did, and that's why I hadn't been using this.
no, this is no, you could use you. Yeah, this is from YouTube. You can see down at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Now I definitely want to go redesign my whole course.
So you don't even need to have them to be questions though. They have preset interactions too. So they call their interactive videos bulbs. And you can add your videos, like they have YouTube and Vimeo, or you can upload one if you have your own made video. So this is the video, brought it over from YouTube, and then you can create an interaction, and they have all of these different choices. Um, and they even have annotations as well if you want to put a website onto the side. You could. So maybe you're talking about in the video and then it talks. So for my example, I'm going to go back to early childhood because that's what I know. So maybe it's talking about an early learning standard. And then on the side, I can have the web page for like the PA's early learning standards for pre-K.
Oh, neat.
And so it's like they're all together. Next level is you could add auto jumps and interactions. So say they got a question wrong, you can automatically make it go back to a certain part in the video
Oh,
and have them rewatch it.
oh, I like that.
Yeah. So like that's or maybe they it's a video and you have them like in math or something and it's like they're showing that they already know that area, then you can have them jump ahead. Like it's pretty neat.
That is really cool.
But yeah, like this is the part where I say I think it's a game changer for online learning because you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
making it be solitary anymore. It's like no, we're interacting with each other every week.
Oh, this is incredibly cool.
I'm glad you think so.
So I think that's about it for the day. If you have any more questions about Perusall or WeVideo, you can certainly email Cece. She's really excited to talk about it. If you have ideas of how you want to use it in your class, I'm sure she would be really excited to talk about it.
Always good for a good conversation.
She is brilliant, and I have loved having this moment to kind of just pick her brain on some new things that I didn't know we could do. And what an asset you are.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for having me on. I had a lot of fun talking to you. And it's fun talking about this. So,
This has been really nice.
yes, it has been.
So I'll see you in the next one.
Yes, have a terrific day.